Howdy subscribers, how's it going? In this video I wanted to talk about how I learn music, how I learn songs, and just sort of my approach to learning material. When I was little, when I was in music school playing violin, my problem was I couldn't sight read very well. That was my biggest problem. I knew notes, I knew, rhythms, but just putting two and two together was a problem, and I was always kind of reliant on memorizing things as soon as possible, or basically copying what my teacher would play and then memorize it as soon as possible and play it back. As a result, my musical memory has been trained very well. The downside is that my sight reading was never amazing. Now it's pretty good. I can sight read on trumpet pretty well, violin as well. But like I said, it trained my memory. Also, when I was going to music school, we and I have been studying music since I was 6. So we had even before I picked up the violin, we had sort of this general music class for kids, and we learned a lot of rhythms. We had a lot of dictations. In the beginning, there were simple little ditties, a few notes, a few measures, and then towards the end, it got more involved. So it would be, 12 measures, and the teacher would indicate the key, indicate the first note, and then you have 3 tries. You have basically three times that the teacher would play the melody, and then during that time you have to jot it down. First time you just listen. Second time you take a pencil and kind of pencil in the notes, and then during the third time that the teacher played it, you would actually, as fast as possible, write out the actual notes with the rhythms, and then go back to it using your memory only and finalize it. So I have been training for a long time with dictations and ear training. So how do I learn songs? Number one rule is the more songs you learn, the easier it gets, surprisingly, to some people. For example, on guitar, there's only so many things you can do, and some of the things, in the beginning, you don't know how to achieve a certain effect. Things like a unison bend, for example. First time I heard it's like, what the hell is going on? How's that sound achieved? But then once you look up the tab, or nowadays there's so many video lessons on YouTube. Once you find like a guitar lesson for a certain song and it has good ratings, you learn it. Sometimes the lessons are wrong, so you have to find another one, or like combine bits and pieces. Take one part of the song from one video, another part of the song from another video, and then you just build this like collection of tricks. And for me, I'm not a jazz player. I'm a rock and roll guitar player, bass player, whatever. To me, I just hear what's going on most of the time. I within several passes of listening to the song, I figure out the chords, and the more chords you know, the better. Most of the time they're straightforward chords, but sometimes your 7 chords, your 6 chords, your diminished chords, your whatever. You just start hearing them, or some tricks in the songs you've encountered them before. And so for me, I learn as many songs as possible. That's has been my approach on guitar. for the last couple years. At one point, I was just deliberately learning songs all the time, new stuff, classic rock, whatever, something cool I hear on the radio. And what I do is that I record videos of myself, and that's not only to brag or show off, like, look what I can do. I find it very helpful because you get this, I would call it ear fatigue. If you're practicing a song for a while, you stop noticing the mess ups. You stop hearing that you're doing something wrong. So what I do is I learn a song, I record myself, take a break, several days, a day, whatever it takes, and then I listen to it again. And then with a fresh set of ears, I often, most of the time, realize that I messed something up or could have done something better rhythmically or whatever. And then I revisit the song, I listen to the original recording, and then I adjust. So that's my method. I highly recommend recording yourself. Most people have, it's not even about ear training, but most of the time people hear if something is off, right? You hear if it's not correct. And with internet videos, with YouTube lessons, it's just so easy to find all the resources. Chords, just be advised that the videos may not always be 100% correct. Sometimes chords are not correct. Yep, and that's it. Good luck. Thank you.